We on?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show, Being the Man. And today we're going to start off with topics such as, are long distance relationships a waste of time? Should you move in together before marriage? Can a man be a homemaker? Who does the driving, him or her? That last one really is kind of piquing my interest. I want to find out what people think about that one. Because it's crazy. On my vacation, me and my wife kind of talked about that one, like who drives and who don't. It's crazy. But if you're just now joining the show, as always, if you're new, always remember to like, share, and subscribe. So let me go. I'm trying to find why don't I see the link to the show?
I don't know. I can't see what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, look. So current news today. You said, Mr. Mango, you saw a show. You saw news talking about a 5-year-old drowned in day camp.
Yeah, I still got the article up. So basically, what happened? The who, what, when, where, and why of it. The state actually closed this day camp on Monday. Friday, a 5-year-old boy died. It was called Camp Cricket Summer Day Camp in Crocker Mill Park. And that's in Georgia. And it's an unlicensed program that, and it was unknown to the state of Georgia. And
Yeah.
real quick, I'm gonna show you a picture of the young man. That's him right there. And basically, this was a real tragedy. The mother really was hit hard. I remember hearing a soundbite of her going in on the place, like she explicitly told him, never got permission. And if I understand correctly, and I'm just skimming over the story in the AJC, and I'm going to put a link to the story in the description so you can see it for yourself. But he was underwater for like 45 minutes. The volunteer found him at 12:54 in a pool of water, and Chattanooga Hills City Manager Robert Rokovitz said, that's what he said, and short distance away from the creek in an area that had not been visited by the group. So basically, he was reported missing at 12:27. He was found at 12:54. So I guess when they was doing their head count, that's when they figured out he was missing. So he was already drowned at that point. And the parents gave no consent for him to even be around water. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna put this story in the description, the article, so you guys can check it out. It's a tragic story.
Damn. So I thought normally day camps, they're always like that. Like they have activities with kids such as like them going swimming or camping or something like that. I thought you would, think that they're gonna be around some water.
Well, if they are, then normally there's a consent.
Okay.
And in this particular instance, there was none.
That's messed up. Yeah. So I guess we're gonna be probably looking at a lawsuit soon, huh?
Yeah. The attorney said this was gross negligence, and he used another word in there. So yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, in some other news today, I was skimming across some news, and I found this one, piece of news that was talking about being neurotic can help you live longer.
You're saying neurotic or erotic, like horny? What do you?
Nah, neurotic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's basically the type of people that's always, well, they did two types. They did people that's always that's worried and vulnerable and anxious and tense. And so those are two types of neurotic people they did. And the reason why they're saying that those people tend to live longer, because they have traits such as intelligence, and they're saying because these people tend to seek medical treatment more than average people.
Hypochondriacs.
Yeah, because they're always worried. So by them being so worried, they're always looking into like, oh, am I fine? Let me go to the doctor and make sure I'm good. Let me go get a checkup. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to somebody who's always like, oh, I eat pretty good. I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of the type of, they may be worried a lot, but they're the type of people they're on top. They're on top of it. Even though they worry, they still on top of it. So quite the contrary what people would think. If they worry a lot, they're the ones that's stressed and, always, causing themselves to always worry. So, this was a study right here that they did. How many people? Let me see how many people it was that they actually did this study on. I think it was about, it was about 500,000 people, and they aged between 37 to 73 people.
Wow.
These are all people living in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they had an increased mortality rate.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, after the show, give me that link so I can put it in the description of this video.
Okay, cool. I should just open up the all right. So the other one that I saw today was sperm count drop may lead to human extinction. So it's these doctors that's been doing this study with 185 people between 1973 to 2011, and they're basically saying that the sperm count has dropped to 59% since then. So they're worried that if our sperm count continues to drop, then quite naturally our existence will cease.
Now, did they give you a breakdown on the demographic?
Yeah, it's people in North America, Europe, Australia, and
not location. I'm talking about ethnic peoples.
No. They basically just did countries. Like they didn't say if they specifically did just black people or Caucasians.
That's what they need to be talking about, because to just do the country that's not justice, because you're not
Yeah, but a lot of other doctors, they're looking at the test as flawed, because they're like, they didn't do South America, Asia, and Africa. Well, they're saying that South America, Asia, and Africa, they didn't show studies of reduced sperm count. They was pretty good on their sperm count, but they still believe that the test is flawed. They just believe that that type of test is hard to control.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to control that, because if you really want to control that, you will have to control the people's diet.
You'd have to control so much to make it. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, because I mean, you can. I think I've read men who take baths a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They decrease their sperm count, because your ball sack is always, it's not good to have your ball sack sitting in warm, hot water all the time.
Who do you know that has a penis that take baths?
Well, I don't take baths all the time, when I want to soak my muscles, I take a bath. So I put Epsom salt and all that shit in there.
Uh-oh, you got your, you got your
I'll
candles
relax.
and your music and your oil burn.
Yeah, you got to, man. Sometimes that body needs
Playing Sade in the
needs a
background.
rest, man. Got them candles going and everything, man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
All right, man. So we could go ahead and start the show. For the like I said, people who's watching this show, make sure to like it and share. And also, if you want to comment, you can always do that in the live chat. We're gonna start off with the first topic, which is our long distance relationship a waste of time. And I'm gonna let Mr. Mango start with this one. Don't you got like some experience with this?
Yes, I do. I do have experience with long distance relationships, and I believe that if you can avoid a long distance relationship, avoid it. I don't want to go too far into the because there's some other talking points we're talking about. Should you move in together before marriage? These two kind of go hand in hand. At the end of the day, what are you doing? Are you trying to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Are you trying to build a life together? Or are you trying to have a jump off? Once you know what you're trying to do, then you can act accordingly. If you're trying to build a life with somebody, long distance relationships, they can work, but why do that when you don't have to? Either you be where she's at or she be where you at. Somebody at some point, not initially, but at some point when you see this might be the person you want to build your life with, need to be with the other person at. Before y'all talking about jumping the broom. You in Texas, I'm here, and we talk on the phone every day. We see each other once a month and everything great, and we talking about jumping brooms, and we plan the wedding, and we do video chats looking at this and looking at that, and we get married, then move to the same city, and oh my God, you fart when you sleep. I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you need to be in the same place because there's nuances of a person that you need to be able to see. That long distance, I'm not saying it can't happen as part of a relationship or a period of time, but if at all you can avoid it, especially if you're trying to build something, then you should try to avoid it.
Yeah. So, would you think, given the circumstances of someone's, two people, they did meet at one point, but then they separated. I guess one was going to college here and the other one going to college somewhere else. Wouldn't that make the relationship stronger in a sense because it's more of a connection mentally? I would think because you're conversating more, like you're because it seems like when you see each other all the time, you have conversations, but a long distance conversation could probably be more in depth because I'm not going to see you later today. So I'm going to have some type of conversation to be able to talk to you for a period of time or, be able to pick your brain while I'm out wherever I'm at. So when you think that it'll make a relationship stronger being, distance, having a distance between the two?
It can help. It can help, but like, what do y'all forced to talk in that sense because that's all you got. But you need to know what it's gonna be like when y'all in the same city. Okay, you say I got experience. I'm gonna talk about my experience. I remember, for example, conflict resolution, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to be in your partner's face, in their space, to deal with the problem. To say, this was bothering me, and you look in your eyes. Y'all need to have that one-on-one to deal with an issue. So, I can recall, I was such a jerk. I don't know why she stayed. But I can recall, this is me. You know what? Click. Bomb. She 4 hours away, 400 miles away.
Yeah.
good. Soon as she moved here, I tried that. Bruh, she drove to my job so fast. and and you know, to make a long story short, we we planned the wedding before um before we got into the same city, and we decided, you know, we're gonna hold off. We're going to wait till we're together, spend some time together, you know, to make sure this is what it is. Because for me, I don't know about you guys, marriage is for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like forever. Like, oh my God, forever. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to need just a little bit more time in person every night. I could, you know, behaviors that you would, with dudes, I can't speak for females, but behavior that you would normally not exhibit because she is local.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, she out of town. Some dudes long distantly, they live like single men. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, and they go wherever they want to go, do what they want to do, because don't nobody know his lady 400 miles away.
Yeah.
But you don't act like that when you don't know who your lady, and y'all live in the same city. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it kind of cause you to act right. You know, it's a whole bunch of little nuances. I believe that you should. There's a level of getting to know somebody that you can't have 400 miles away. You got to be in the same city. You got to be able to experience that person on a daily in a local situation.
Yeah. I think some people probably take long distance relationship more serious than like regular relationships, because I think long distance relationships even started because of you know, technology. Like, you know, how we got Match.com, and you know, we used to have like further back it was the chat room, so you would like probably you would call somebody on chat and all of that, and you'd be talking to somebody that's probably in a whole nother state or probably further south than where you are. So I mean, basically,
I don't know if you remember. You remember AOL chat where you ask this question: A/X/L, age, sex, location. That's what you put in the chat room. And there was used to sometimes be another one, but that was it. ASL, and then you just wait for people to shout back what's what, who's where, and age, sex, location.
And then y'all go into a private message, you know what I'm saying, right after that.
Then you jack up somebody's phone bill. I had this grandmama calling me. What's going on, sexy? I had this grandmama calling me talking
about guys.
Please stop calling here. The girl would take my collect calls. She was like in Michigan or someplace stupid, and she would take my collect calls, and so it was funny. She's like, please stop calling. I call from a payphone, and she would. Oh my God, AOL was ridiculous. But yeah,
man, we can definitely go all day with that AOL. But I remember that you know who used to do that shit all the time? Sprint would allow you to do all of those long distance calls, and then when you get your bill, that bill will be like $500.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I hated that Roman charge. That's what they used to call that crap. But yeah, okay. So that's it for that topic. Our long distance relationship a waste of time. So we're saying no, right? They can be good.
My opinion is this: they're not a complete waste of time. Sometimes it needs to happen.
Yeah.
But if you can't avoid it, try to avoid it as much as you can. That's my opinion, based off of my experience.
Yeah.
Thank God for MySpace. Because if it weren't for MySpace, I wouldn't have my wife and my family.
All right, so to the next topic. Hey guys, what would your answer be to our long distance relationship a waste of time? So you can get your answer. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next subject, which is, should you move in before marriage? I would say yes. And the reason why I would say yes is because, for me, you definitely got to get to know the person before you marry them. I don't care if nobody say, old school people, they don't believe in all that shacking up and all of that.
You know that come
But
from, right?
talking about religion, right?
Yeah, you say old school like it's just an old school thing.
Oh, no, no, no. I know it started with religion.
Back then, they cared about what God thought. Nowadays we question His even existence.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I don't. I just think um, religion is fine. I think some people take it too serious, and I think you just
How
have to.
serious are you? That's how serious are you supposed to take your faith?
No, no. When I say they take it too serious, I mean they act like people don't make mistakes, or like everything. Like I say, everything's in there. Is like it's tempered. So most of those people that live their life directly by all of that, you know, they they just like they're the most judgmental people, and that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah,
But like I say,
we definitely need to do a show on how the church is and how, like, what you was
yeah,
going at with judgmental,
yeah,
the soapbox holier than thou's and all that crap. At the end of the day, I love you. It's wrong as hell what you're doing. I want you to
yeah,
know that. And if I don't tell you that, I love you. However, do you, boo? And at the end of the day, when the dust settles, we gonna know who
yeah,
was right and we gonna know who was wrong. And at the end,
yeah,
yeah, we still come to the barbecue. I ain't tripping.
yeah.
As far as who
I
came up
just
with these subject points, sexy,
it's both of
we
us.
did. Okay, and if you ever want to give us some things that you want us to talk about, not now, after the show is live on the internet, leave in a comment. What you
Yeah,
type in now don't show up in the comment section. It only shows up in the comment after the show. So
yeah,
once I hit stop streaming, then you can leave a comment on the video on YouTube.
yeah. But one thing I will say, I definitely think it's very cocky for one religion to believe that they're right and everybody else is
That's
wrong.
not cocky.
Yes, it is.
Yes, no, it's
Um,
not. It's
you
simple.
you go now. You're gonna sit here and say that the whole world is wrong
Yeah,
and you're right.
yeah.
How do you know that?
Because hold on, okay. I'm not speaking for any particular religion, right? Right this second, what I'm about to say.
Because we know it's a God. I mean, we know that.
If let's say religion X, right? Religion X.
Yeah.
If my religion teaches
She
that
said she
my
never told me
God
that.
made the world and uh 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 and has a dude in there that says the only way you could come through this is through me. It's not a matter of being cocky, it's a matter of being obedient. Everybody else can't be right too if this says, as an example, Christianity, right? I'm not advocating for Christianity. I'm just using what they say as an example. Nobody can be Christian, a true Christian, if they believe that there's other methods. You can't follow Christ when he said, I'm the only way. It don't work. He said, I'm the only way. Nobody go to the Father but through me. So you ain't getting that through Buddha. You ain't getting that through nobody else. But, the world we live in today, and we digressing like a mug right now, but the world we live in today is, anyway, it's not cocky, it's right and wrong. I ain't going to beat you upside the head. I'm just going to move over here. Leave me alone, I leave you alone. And when we all die, we'll see who was right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you look at the Bible, it says God knows your heart, and then it goes to somewhere else, and it says if you don't believe in Christ, you're going to hell. Yeah. So, but like I said, we go ahead and move
Yeah, but
on to
hold on.
because you know we've
God
been
knows
together.
your heart. What does that mean? So because he knows your heart, therefore you get all these perks because he know your heart. Where do we get that him knowing your heart is a pass?
Well, all I'm saying is that's what it says in the Bible. If he knows your heart, he knows if you're a good person or not. But it's gonna also say
But
if
he
you
said
just,
nobody good. He said
huh?
nobody good but God. Christ
Yeah,
said
I mean,
that.
ain't nobody perfect but God. But that don't mean can't nobody be good.
But whose definition of good are we talking about? See, we try to use our definitions. That's why folks said, how can there be a God if there are all these horrible things happening in the world and all these people dying and babies sick and cancer, blah, blah, blah. Yo, we're using our rationale. Your rationale don't even matter if we're talking about the thing that put everything into existence. That's his rationale.
Hey, well, if you're definitely gonna say that, you gotta believe that our good and bad can be mixed up then. Like if you're gonna say like ours is rational, then you could be probably you can state the case that our good and bad can be totally incorrect. I mean, because a lot of people say getting angry is bad.
But it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
But see, what by see? Okay, those people that say that, what are they basing that on? You know, what are they basing that on? You can be angry all day long. It's what you do when you angry. Anger is an emotion
Yeah.
that you have, and things will make you angry. If you come here and slap me in the face, guess what? I'm be angry. Now, if I go and burn your house down and kill all your kids, that was wrong for me to respond with my anger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. The response can be labeled as wrong.
Yeah, but it's okay for anyone to be angry. But step two, should you move together before we marry? Okay, you said yes. You
Yeah,
basically
because
you
you need to know
believe.
how it is. You need to know how it is in the bed. You need to know how
Why you need to know how
how,
it is in the bed?
hey, because you can get with somebody who just the sex can just be probably not there. Or it could be one of them things where that sex probably not that good, and you can be terribly disappointed. But you have to live with that disappointment for probably the rest of your life.
Not
So
necessarily. Let me explain, sir. Are you saying you need someone to have had enough practice prior to feeling your penis so she treats your penis right?
no. Y'all can have that practice yourself. They don't have to go get that practice
No,
with
but
nobody
you
else.
said
That's why. That's why you move in before marriage.
but you said you
You get
need to
that
know.
practice
You need to know so
because I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people who think you got to get married before you have sex. I'm definitely not one of those.
hold
So
on, repeat what you
yeah,
just said.
I said I'm not one of those people who believe you need to be married before you have sex.
Ah, interesting. See,
That,
see,
that
see.
definitely don't think believe in that.
My life says one thing because I've behaved differently. Now that I'm I forget how old I am. I think I'm 35 or 36, one of those ages. Um, now that I'm that old, I
Yeah.
realize that the best thing to do is to get married first. Now, people will say, well, how can you tell somebody to get married? All that hunching you were doing back in the day running the streets. Yeah, I have experienced enough to know that I got so many.
So also, Mike, you're a sinner. You see your judgmental ass?
I got enough experience to know that it just would have been. Look, a lot of. Oh, my background is going on my nerves. It's keep wigging out. It's like
Yeah, I seem like you start talking as soon as you
as
see it
soon as
because
I
I've
put
been
my
seeing it
hands
too.
up, and it'll wig out, and I'm like, ah. Anyway, it's best for people to wait. If if your performance is a 2 when you get married, and her performance is a 2 when y'all get married, and y'all waited all y'all life, y'all don't fucking know what a 2 or a 10 is. The reason everybody want to know what the JJ or the penis is like beforehand, because everybody done hold around and had it before. So it's like the knowledge of good and evil. You can't compare what you ain't never had. Okay? And then the two of you alright, bro? Yo, you all right?
Yeah. No, I'm having some sharp pains for some reason.
In your chest? We need to call 911?
Nah, it's in my abdomen.
Oh, you worked out too much. Okay. Bruce Lee style.
Probably did. Yeah.
You rub some
Man,
liniment on your
hey,
stomach.
but well, like I was saying, man, like I believe you got to have you need to move in together for the sex before marriage. What else? Like you just need to get to know each other before you get married.
But you can get to know them. You don't necessarily have to stick your penis in her and share the bed with her. You can get.
Yeah, I'm just one who would love to get to know them overall.
Mike, you overdid it at the gym.
Uh, hey, I actually did go to the gym before we started this show
Yeah.
today because my wife was a little upset yesterday because I got back probably about close to 1 o'clock last night. I had to go do it. It's like I said, it's an accountability thing, so it had to go get done.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think the best course of action is to live in the same city. Okay, we moving in before we get married, right?
Yeah,
Because we're not sure we want to be married, right? We need to know, right?
yeah.
Okay, so who name we putting shit in?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay, hey, if it's me, it'll be in my name. I mean, shit, because if you the head of the household,
You ain't
you're
had a
gonna do it
shit.
like that.
Y'all boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, you boyfriend and girlfriend, but I still want it in my name because I want to be the head. I mean, just in case if it don't work out, all right, you have a good day.
How fair is that to her? You can just kick it to the curb.
Y'all ain't kicking it to the curb. You're going separate ways, but somebody's staying in the space that y'all was chilling at.
What if
Oh,
she? What if she
these
don't
days
want
you
to
can
move
put it in
into
both
your
names.
house?
You guys can put them in both names, though. I've seen people stay in separate places and not actually move into a place together until they got married. So they both had their separate places, but they didn't move together until they got married.
That's what it should be.
Now you can't say should. You can't
Yes,
make
I
that.
can. That's
You
where it
can't
should
make.
be.
You can't answer that for the entire world.
Yeah, I can.
You can't say that's how it should be.
Yes,
You
I
should be
can.
like. You should be. This how you can answer that. That is a good way to do it, in my opinion.
Whatever. That's where it should be.
So,
Um, look, folks gonna do what they want to do anyway. Folks
yeah.
gonna do what they gonna do anyway. Niggas gonna cheat. Females gonna lie and say you the daddy. Stuff's gonna happen. That don't mean we got the sugarcoat truth. And the truth is, two people should be separated until they one. Period.
That's truth because you was raised like that. That's not truth because it's truth. It's truth because
It's my
that's how
truth.
yeah, that's what it is. It's not truth, it's your truth.
Okay.
You was raised to believe that two people should not move together until they get married. That's what we all was raised. I mean, I remember that.
Okay.
I remember sitting in Sunday church.
Truth be told, I don't think I went to church much growing up. We did go to church, but not as much as some people, like every Sunday and all of that.
I went a lot.
Nah, I didn't. Maybe if I went a lot, I'd be a better person. I don't know, but I'm just like this. Either you in or you out.
It's not cheaper to move in together. I don't know about that one, Miss Guns.
It should be.
How? I mean, you gotta think about it. If you was by yourself, you would only have to buy food for yourself.
Yeah, but food ain't the most expensive expense. The most expensive expense is the rent or mortgage.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you move in with somebody else, the lights can go up because lights will be used more than usual because it's more than one person. Then you got what? More than one computer. Well, you got what? Probably more than one television.
That's still lights. We still on
You
lights.
got probably some more cooking being done.
Probably
So
cooking, period, because you niggas don't cook. We cook hot dogs in the microwave for 30 seconds and some bread.
I'm sorry, but
Yo,
definitely eggs and turkey bacon.
I don't know where what it was like for you growing up. I mean, like in your young adult life. But right now, you hard pressed to find a 1-bedroom that's not $600-700. Okay, 2 bedrooms. That's if you rent. Two bedrooms, $800-900. And if you go for the lower, you looking at places you really don't want to live. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you say yo $800 and her $800 and her light bill and your light bill and your triple play with Comcast and her triple play with Comcast and all of those things that's separate, you put you add those numbers up together and they will come out to be greater than the increases you talking about when y'all move in together. The light bill is not going to go double, okay? The grocery bill is not going to go double. The rent is going to be a little bit more, if not less, by half. So it's going to be cheaper. And then y'all can sell half y'all shit. Y'all can have 2 irons.
Yeah, but you got studio apartments. You know, when you're a single person, you got a lot of options when you're a single person in terms of finding somewhere to stay. So, yeah. So I guess with that topic, we split it again. I believe you should. You say no. All right. So on to the next topic. Can a man be a homemaker? I would like for you to answer that one first. I really wanted to see how you answered it.
Well, should a man be a homemaker and can a man be a homemaker is 2 different things. Should a man be a homemaker? No. That goes like back to should you move in together before marriage? I say no. Does that mean I didn't move in with my wife before we got married? Does that mean we didn't do stuff before we got married? No, we did. I moved in before we got married. We moved in together before we got married. Okay? So I believe that it is not the end of the world because of society. You have to be able to navigate this world we live in. Now, I'm finna take it somewhere that most folks don't think about.
Yeah, because I'm trying to understand
I'm finna go there. I'm finna go there with it, right? More recently than not, women have been out-graduating men from college, okay? Mm-hmm. And now let's talk about the black man, right? The black man has been removed as the top earner in black society, okay? And there's a lot of instances where he can't be that because he either has a felony on his record or he doesn't have the proper education to compete, or for whatever those reasons are, he can't. Men are starting to earn less and less. Like you hear feminists talk about this wage gap, man, that's a white person problem, okay? Because black men, on average, make substantially less, and we're talking about legitimate monies, okay? We're not talking about that others' monies, okay? But we make substantially less on average than the educated black woman. And they're graduating at record numbers. They're the most educated person in America, the black woman.
I know the graduation thing, but as far as the wages, is that a study that was done?
Are you asking me, do I have a study to show you right now? The answer is no.
No, no, not to show me
Okay.
right now, but I'm saying you saw a study.
Yes. And
Okay.
I'm trying to recall exactly the. My brain is Swiss cheese. I don't know exactly. I don't recall exactly who did it, but the women, they're not going for janky degrees. Okay, a lot of them go to college for janky degrees, but a lot of them, they're getting management positions, middle, upper management positions in different fields. Okay, they're not just going to the nurse college on Maury. Okay, they're getting serious degrees where they going for their masters. They working at companies in middle and upper management.
Yeah.
Where dudes, and this ain't nothing on the homosexual males that are black, but usually you'll see more of them on that level of on the corporate ladder than guys like you and me. Okay? Guys like you and me, either we're gonna go entrepreneur or we're gonna go some other type of hands-on outside the corporate sphere for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean that there, man. That money issue is a thing that is definitely starts from like kindergarten. Actually, man, you can go to certain parts of Georgia and the schooling system has already got like programming, because programming is like one of the leading careers right now because everything is being automated. So it's like people have to
Just think
program.
about that. Everything's being automated.
Yeah.
So who's getting their job taken? Her or him?
Oh, I mean, I don't know as far as her or him, but I know whoever's doing like the drive-through window, that's gonna ultimately become automated. So that's gonna become where people can just punch the screen and pull up and grab their meal.
Yeah,
So
that's already happening. I don't know if have you ever been to I forget which Carolina it was, but they got a place like their Quick Trip is a station called Sheets, and it blew my mind. You pull up to the Sheets on the backside, bloop 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 on the screen. Then you come around and hear your food, and I love it because I'm sick and tired of these unhappy people getting my order wrong. I'm just saying. Like they didn't hear you right. This is supposed to be on a hamburger bun, not a McMuffin. I'm just saying. But that's already happening.
That's already happened. But what I'm saying is like in the poor community, they're not teaching them how to. They're not putting programming into schools. Like, because if you go into the programming industry now, where the career I'm going into, there's not a lot of black people. So, I mean, it's really not a lot. It's almost like a premium if a company got a couple of them in there. So, it's one of them things where it's certain things being taught in certain areas. So, in terms of homemaker, man, I don't really know about. I want to look up that study that you was talking about black women making more than black men. I want to actually try to find that because I want to see the statistics on that. But can a man be a homemaker? I was still trying to understand what you mean by that. Are you talking about in terms of money or?
I mean, in terms of man, woman. The woman makes $70 an hour. Okay? And she works a high stress job. Meaning she's not at PTA, she's not at kickball practice, she's not at whatever, because she's making that cake. Right?
Yeah.
Because he got his pride, should he be bringing home $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 because he's a man and he needs a man to bring home the bacon? Or could he do what's in the best interest of their children and make sure that their life has as much parent time in it as possible? and the home is taken care of, and the house is
Yeah,
taken care of.
yeah,
That's what I
because
mean.
her money is his money.
How much money do one need? There's a lot of people that look at it like, regardless of how much she make, he should be working.
Yeah, man. Uh, it's whatever best suits your family. Like it don't take like I think like I was telling people, I think you really have to look at how much money you think it'll take to make you happy. Like if one spouse is already handling that, but one can stay home and like really, teach the kids on your morals or what you and your wife believe in, that could be done. But I think so many people, too many men get caught up in trying to make the most money, and it's just for me, it's about bringing in enough money for you and your family to be happy, whatever that amount is. So yeah, that's. I think it can. I still don't get that question actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still lost in that question for some
Okay.
reason.
Historically, the term homemaker means the lady that's at home while the man's at work.
Oh, okay, I get it
Okay.
now. Yeah. The man can be at home. Like, he can be at home and help take care of the family while
Well,
she's
he
out
won't be
doing.
helping. He'll be predominant. He'll be the primary. He the one buying groceries. He the one make sure the house together. He the one doing all of the things that normally the woman would do because she's making the money.
It could be done.
Like I'm saying, how much is enough for your family? Let's say she's $70 an hour. A full-time job at $70 an hour equates to like roughly $140,000 a year. How much money is enough?
Uh, it depends on the family. Actually, it depends on the expenses. Their lifestyle. Actually.
Yeah, well, if they have a stupid lifestyle and they can't make it off that much, then they deserve whatever turmoil they get.
Hey, I hear it every day on Dave Ramsey's show, man. You people making like 400,000 and in debt. I'm just like, how? That's too much money, and you still get in debt.
Hey, people, man, people,
Man.
fooling their money shall soon part.
All right. Well, moving right along. Who does the driving, him or her? And this is a funny topic to me because I recently just drove to Panama, Florida. Took my family to Panama, and it was crazy. My wife really did not want to do the drive this time
She didn't want to drive like at all.
at all. And look, here's the funny thing, and I hate when people do this too. She was like, "So and so husband driving the whole way." Man, I'm saying in my head like, I don't give a fuck if he driving 20 miles. I mean 20 hours. Like that's his decision.
How long is that trip?
It was a 5-hour drive.
Okay. Now let me because we just drove to Chicago. Okay. And let me just say, if it's out of state. well, okay. Well, let's peel back the layers on that. Driving can be a very. I'm trying to figure out the best way to use this word, but one can have a huge case of anxiety about driving in foreign roads and traffic. So that could be coming from a place of fear. Okay, where your wife didn't want to drive because she's comfortable driving in local roads or where she's comfortable driving at. When she get out of state, people drive differently, so she could be kind of scared and she want her big, strong husband to be protector and lead the car. Now, but what I find funny is the differences between me and you and the difference between yours and mine, right? Mm-hmm. And I just sometimes hear what you say and I compare it and I'm like, weird, that's weird, and I ain't trying to throw nobody under no buses and say nobody better than nobody, But
Yeah.
I got a problem with driving through the mountains. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to me a few years ago driving in the mountains of Jamaica, and it just broke something on the inside of me. It's damaged. Okay? And driving through Tennessee was difficult. I had to pull over, man. I was freaking out. Okay? Freaking out. And this one here, the queen was like, yo, let me do it. You need me to do it? I'll do it. Let me do it. You need me to do it? I'll do it. Need me to do it? I'll do it. And I'm like, oh my God. Like,
so you like, I'll be tough, I got it. Don't worry about it.
On the way home, I said, I gotta do it. Because because her driving made it worse. It wasn't her fault. It was the fact that I now no longer have control over this. I'm totally putting it in her hands, and it is not that I didn't trust her; she couldn't drive. It's just that, oh my God, I can't stop the car if I need to stop the car. I no longer have control of the situation. So I was like, you know what? I drove back from Chicago all the way home, the 16 hours, however long it was. But going, we swapped off, and she didn't mind it. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I like this. This is awesome. Like, sometimes, I don't think she knows this, and maybe I need to make an effort to let her know this. Sometimes she shows me how awesome she is in so many small ways, and I'm like, man, like, wow, nobody could ask anything better. Oh, man, you're awesome. You know.
Yeah. You know, you're just so lucky because your woman drove, and my woman didn't want to drive. Hey, man. But you know what? The year before that, no, it wasn't the year before that. It was like 2 years ago. We went to Destin, Florida, and we actually split that drive right there. But this, for some reason, like I said, it's all because of somebody else's husband driving. Oh, well, mine should do that too. I'm like, man, we already got a good agreement going right here. We splitting this up, but it was all good though. I made the drive.
How come 50-50 only works when it's something that's in favor of them?
Oh yeah. Man, I don't know, man, but you know, I wanted to sit on the passenger side and look at some movies, or you know, just
you know, it's crazy. Whenever we driving, and she was like, "Oh, look at that," I can't look at that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like take a quick glance and look back at the road because I can't look at it the way you looking at it. You know.
She's telling a bus.
Catch a bus. But you know, the reason I brought this up has nothing to do with long distance trips. The reason
you talking about locally?
The reason I brought this up is because for some reason, whenever I'm out and about and I see a car pull up and I see two people get out the car. Now, this is me making straight up assumptions because I don't know these people from Adam. Mm-hmm. But when I see the woman get out the driver's side and I see the man get out the passenger side, it just rubbed me wrong. And I'm like, I don't know.
So, are you equating a man driving is like a part of chivalry? Like,
I don't know if it's chivalry. I just know, you know, something about, because, okay, it goes back to the reversal of roles where 9 times out of 10, that's her car because she can afford it, because her credit was good enough, and because he don't have. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if there's so much of the whole thing is topsy-turvy. And whenever I see, you know, date night and some dude, he clean, J's, I'm about to say perfume, cologne, you can smell it on him, nice watch, clean, everything. But bruh, you just got out of shotgun. You know, so all of that, maybe if you refocused your monies on getting your license straight or getting a car, you know, I don't know why it just rubbed me wrong.
You know, for me, if you would probably see that with me, I'd be getting off the passenger side, my wife getting out the driver. It's probably one reason why you would see that is because with me, my work, that's all I do is fucking drive. Because most of the time I'm with a rookie or I'm with somebody who don't have license and I gotta drive. And I be driving for hours that whole day. So on my off days, yeah,
that
I
makes
definitely
sense. That makes
I
sense.
definitely pass some keys.
And like I said, most of my conclusions come from assumptions. I just see it so frequently. You must got a lot of driving ass niggas around because I see it so frequently. You know, where it's like, and I don't know. I like to be consistent.
Yeah.
Because I say, I don't care what people think. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people think. But then I realize I find myself doing things only for the appearance of what it looked like. And now, because of my trip to Chicago, I think is more than that. I do the driving. That's just what we do. She can drive whenever she wants to. I'll never stop her from driving. But by default, I get in the driver's side, she get in the passenger side. And that's just how we roll. Whenever we go somewhere as a family, that's what we do.
You may be right too, man. Some of them dudes may not have a license, and some of them dudes may be, something may be wrong. Because I know I had family, man, where they never had a license straight, and they woman had to do all the driving. And I used to say to myself, like, damn, that got to be fucked up. Because I would hate somebody to have to take me somewhere all the time.
Bro?
I'm definitely not with that, man. Like when I want to go, I want to just hop in that car and ride, man. I don't want to be like, hey, can you take me to the store real quick?
Well,
crazy as hell.
Well, there you go. Sex, you just talked about who car they riding in. You don't like people moving your mirror or your seat, etc. Well, then, that goes to whether or not you live in a kingdom or a queendom. It's like, I'm driving, I'm the king, and I'm moving the mirror, and guess what? When I get out of the car and you sit back in here, fix it back to the weight you need it to be. I'm just saying.
I know, Mr. Gun. I know Mr. Guns ain't having that. If he wanted to drive, he'll drive.
Or Gary.
We know he ain't having that. She just flexed.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen him drive.
Damn.
That's just me. I don't think I've ever seen him drive. I'm not saying he can't or he don't. I don't recall it in my mind's eye. You know what I'm saying?
She said yes. She said yes.
I be holding that old shit bar. Bruh, let me tell you, I squeezed that bar so hard going to Chicago. Oh my God, my hand was hurting. I thought I was gonna bust my hands. But he don't move your seat. So what if his legs can't reach the pedals right? Whatever. I'm moving the seat.
Yeah. You gotta be comfortable. He don't want his knees.
He used his big toe to touch the gas. That's how you accelerate with a big toe. Oh well. But yeah, that when who's driving him or her, for me that came from a place of seeing so many people in public, locally, whether it's they going to the mall or grocery store, Walmart, whatever the case, out to eat, whatever it is, and I just see a lot of dudes riding shotgun. And yes, I'm making a lot of assumptions because I don't know them, but it's just like, man, this happens so much. This can't always be a scenario where it's his car and he just want his lady to drive because it's sexy.
Hey, do I know that Jamila?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. How you doing? That's I think now I know who that is, man. I wanted to make sure.
Strangers scared about us.
So I guess who does the driving, him or her? With you is him. With me, it depends.
I'm a chauvinist pig. Sue me.
Yeah. For me, it depends. So I guess that's it for today's show.
Who should pump the gas? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's definitely him.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
No, because I mean,
let's go on and hit chivalry. Let's go and hit it, man. You know what I'm saying? They want it. Let's take it there.
Okay, is chivalry dead?
It's chivalry dead. Let's go on and add it to the list.
It is dead. I mean, it is dead because it's not being.
I don't know how to spell it.
It's not being taught. I think it's BALRY.
Chivalry.
Hey, look. Hey, ain't society so critical? Like, if you don't spell that right, you're considered stupid.
My teacher told me to sound it out. Chivalry.
Hey, it's SH? I thought it was CH.
I don't even know, bro. Shh. See, thank you, Toy. You know what's crazy? Women know how
Why
to
did
spell.
she say really, Mike? Did she say really, Mike? Because
maybe she thought you was typing it. I'm the one typing it. I can't read.
Hey, I tell you.
Thank you, Toya. Appreciate you.
So that's it. That's right. So it is dead because it's not being taught.
Should it be alive though?
Yeah, it definitely should be alive, man. It's one of those things that this is the reason why men today treat women how they do, because they're not taught, being a gentleman. That being a gentleman is definitely not taught these days. I think.
What does it mean to be a gentleman?
For me, I would say opening up. Oh, she did. So it is CA. She probably just had to look it up on her her auto shit. But yeah, I mean, it's opening up doors, man. It's just being respectful, man. It's opening up doors, being respectful. It's actually like being kind, actually, man.
Toya, how does it make you feel for your husband never to open up car doors for you?
There we go with that. There we go with that. Hey, you know what though? I do. I open up the doors for my little girls, though.
So fuck that, mama.
Open up the doors for my little girls, though, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, so when does the opening doors stop? That is it? So you open up the doors every time you want to get in the car?
Hell no. That's impractical. That's impractical. The only reason people do that is to show off to other people. Hey, look at me. I'm opening the door for my woman because I'm somebody good. It's impractical, okay? The pathway to happiness is to give less fucks about what people think. Now, you have to have a balance. She needs to be able to have a memory in her head of the last time you opened the door for her. At the same time, you don't fucking need to do it every single time. But if she can't remember the last time you did it, that's a problem.
Hey, guys, would you actually stop if, like, say for instance, if he just walk into the store and then he don't even hold the door, would you stop and wait until he restart and come back and do that over?
Oh, I'm proceeding. Don't try me like that. I'm keeping going.
You'll keep going.
Hell yeah. I forgot. Okay? My fallibility presented itself. Look at me. I'm human. I fucked up. Now, if you want to make a big to-do about it and just stand there until I open the door, then you're going to be standing there for a while. Okay? Because now we doing too much. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I think we definitely got to get a hold of this generation. I think the men need to start teaching they boys how to respect women, and the ones that got girls need to start teaching their girls, how to look for respect.
Mm-hmm. How to girls need to be more dismissive. Okay, like for example, I thank God that I was selected by someone that was great, right? But
yeah,
the bar is too low for a lot of young ladies on what they accept from young men. they need to raise that bar up a little bit. In addition to that, men need to teach their daughters where that bar needs to be, and men need to teach their sons quit dropping sperm off on these ladies. Okay.
Hey, I totally agree with what you're saying, because if these girls are raised,
hold on, pause.
There we go.
Pause.
I hardly get the car door open. Also,
pause. Okay, I was waiting for somebody to say something. I want to know.
She can't remember.
I know she can't remember. I want to know, where do we go round about 2, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And was it not an authentic Italian restaurant? Huh? I'm just saying. And when we left the authentic Italian restaurant, did I not walk up to your side of the car, pop door open? I'm just saying.
Man. Oh, she definitely must have forgot.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Man. Hey, you must have opened it up right.
I must have opened it up right.
You probably didn't open the door right this time.
Okay, I didn't open it right. Maybe I did it too slow. Maybe I should have opened it quick, fast, in a hurry. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
good. I mean, like I was saying, man, they definitely got to start teaching them that if the girls are brought up to be a certain way, the men won't do nothing but adjust. Like, I'm telling you, like if women wouldn't talk to dudes who walk around with their pants all the way down, or, you know what I'm saying, just not being respectful.
Now that's true, right there.
I'm telling you, the male will switch his game all the way up if he see that does not work. But if he see it's cool for him to walk around with his pants like that and not be respectful, he gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if the women get like serious about that, it'll get switched up. I promise you. Because I mean, that's what the man is after, is the woman. So if the woman pretty much makes the rules when it comes to how these men are acting when they come to women. If they assert themselves a certain way, the man either gonna act right or he not gonna get none.
So why don't they use that power?
They don't know they got it. They don't know they got the power. Most of them are not taught the Cleopatra way.
Okay, to my understanding, there's 4 women in the chat room, and I'm loving this because it's not a sausage party. Why don't y'all use that power? Or maybe all of y'all pick right, and it's not y'all, it's other women that
Yeah, they all blessed.
These women,
they're definitely blessed.
These women here,
man. I know my wife is blessed, man. God gave her, man. He really blessed her enough. Like, she really don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else, man.
And y'all thought mango was bad, okay? we got Carmel Adonis over here.
Here we go. Man, it should always be. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. It should always be like that. Always.
But what killed it, though? Why did it die? What happened?
I don't know. I mean, that question could probably go a lot of ways. It could probably go a lot of ways of what killed it. What killed it? I mean, you could say it kind of killed it when the man wasn't in the household anymore. You know, when the assault on the black man started, you know, when they came up with all these rules for women, like especially with these certain programs that required them not to be with a man and stuff like that, and like and all the black men being locked up. I mean, I think that's where it started at with that because back then those families were they was close. I don't know how close, but they was closer than they are today.
You making them giggle. They're like, really, Mike? Are you sure?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like seriously, I am definitely one of a kind. I really am, man. I'm telling you, bro. I am serious about this, man. I really am. There's not
Oh.
many. It's not many like me, man.
So, Mike, what makes you so awesome?
Man, it's just like I think it's the way I carry myself and my thought process. It's just like that's what makes me awesome. Yeah, you're right. I'm definitely tooting it, man. Cause
But Mike, what does she want her booty ate?
nah, I mean,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
yeah. If that required me to be awesome, I would definitely lose a lot of points on that.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah, I mean, man, I think that confidence, I would have that confidence. Um, Even just say, for instance, if I felt like the way I feel and it didn't work out, I would still really have that confidence, man, because I would be like, well, that's her loss. Somebody else is about to be blessed, so definitely, man.
So you would pursue a relationship after your wife?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you talked about would I pursue a relationship or would I just be a single person just going
Well,
out?
you said somebody else be blessed, so I'm assuming that if it didn't work out for whatever reason between you and your wife, and y'all went y'all separate ways, you would try to pursue another relationship eventually.
Hey, I would let it fall in its place, like the marriage that I have now. Like, I, I'm not. I don't believe you should go out just seeking it. You should let it like come to you. I think a lot of people make a mistake. Like, I'm going to go find my husband. I'm going to go find my wife, and you forcing it. Like, so a lot of people get scared off because of, I think too many people are forcing it instead of just going out there, just having a good time, and you just never know what'll happen.
Um,
You stepping out your comfort zone and all that.
do I feel the same way about myself that Mike feels about himself?
Oh
Because
man, you got way more game than I mean. I think you're way more confident than I am because I'm a laid back person. You're more outgoing than I am.
you know what? I used to think that that was a sign of confidence, but it's not. It is a mechanism that people use to deflect from their own insecurity and fear.
Yeah,
Um, because I know me, and 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 I know where I'm not awesome at. You know what I'm saying? But I also know the areas that I am awesome at. I look at it like this:
he said I am.
when it comes to my wife, uh, God made me for her because no other man is capable of managing this thing, this relationship. Um, this is one of the purposes that I was created for. Was this relationship? Uh, it has been one of the most challenging things, but one of the most awesome things. I've I think I've felt almost every emotion that I've ever felt in this relationship. And so many moments happened that just felt divine to me that this is it. So I feel like I was created for this one. Am I confident? I believe that there's a certain level of the shit that I need to maintain, or one day she's gonna wake up and be like, "What the fuck? I'm out." Right? So I have to be, I have to keep this right, so that doesn't happen. I think she might not ever see or truly believe why what I see in her, and I don't think I'll ever truly understand what she sees in me. What I do know is that we were made for each other.
Man, you definitely sound like you renewing your vows. Like you putting icing on that. You putting everything, all the whipped cream you can find. You just definitely just spraying it all over that.
Well, I think about it a lot. I really do. Like, okay, being that I have a lot of me time with my awful habit, what do you think what do people think people that smoke do when they smoke it? They're thinking. And I think about it a lot. I think about my life, my kids, my relationship. And I'm like, man, like one day she's going to wake up and be like, what the fuck was I thinking this whole time? And I feel like that's what keeps me trying to not be unworthy. You know what I'm saying? I try to always make myself worthy. So, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I fuck up. And there's probably 1,000 things she can list right now that she don't like about me.
You should tell her that, Mr. Mango.
It's crazy. Here's one of the things that I find fascinating about my wife. She doesn't listen when I talk. Love her to death. Love her to death. But I can say right now, my name is Ham and Cheese Sandwich, and she would not have heard me.
Man.
I probably should tell her that.
I say it a lot.
I'm gonna take a clip of this video and send it to her email. Cause
look at that face.
His anniversary tomorrow. But I thank God for my wife. I tell her all the time, if we don't work out, I'm not pursuing a relationship. I'm done. It's a wrap. I'm retiring from the game. Nobody can top that. I'm just gonna focus on my children.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna fly to Nevada every once in a while to handle some business. But other than that, I'm done. It's over.
It is it's one of them things you put all your energy into and then it don't work out. It's just you'll just be so exhausted.
I ain't trying to get to meet nobody's parents. I ain't trying to learn what's your favorite food and color, pet peeve, all that crap that you do in the beginning of a relationship because you really like her. Fuck that. Not doing that again. Oh no. What's in Nevada? Well, if I find myself alone, there's this place in Nevada where it's legal for me to swap currency for conjugal visits.
I know what that is. Yeah, I remember that show too.
Yeah, I am not like the streets is dangerous. We got green ooze coming out of weenies. The streets is dangerous. No, I'm not running the streets. Can't do it.
Hey, I was thinking about that today too. I was like, damn. So this woman sat there and was like, damn, he got green shit coming out of his penis. Well, he's Usher, so there shouldn't be no problem with me still pursuing what we finna get ready to do. I was like, damn, that could have been like some death-defying ooze. She didn't give a fuck because it was him. Fuck that. But like you were saying yesterday, men are the same way.
She said death to fire ooze. Secret of the ooze.
That woman is crazy. Like, bro, that could be somebody who, I'm telling you, if I would have known that person, I would have been like, so you saw that and continued. You didn't think that was dangerous? Matter of fact, anybody who saw the Chappelle show, didn't he perfectly describe that in one of his shows?
Yeah, it was with like the Sesame Street puppet.
Yeah, the Sesame Street. He described everything that you should be looking out for. And I know she saw that. Everybody saw Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, man. Look, what orifice of the body?
It's the Bunny Ranch.
What orifice of the body that green means good? Let me know. Where is green ever good on the human body? Unless you got green eyes. And we're not licking eyes. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? If it come out your mouth, you sick. If it come out your ears, you sick. If it come out your booty, you sick. And if it come out your nose, you sick. And if it come out your weenie, you sick. Why are we touching green ooze?
I mean, well, she got 1.1 million out of it.
So you mean to tell me your purity can be bought for $1.1 million? You know how sick a woman gets when she get herpes? It ain't like dudes. Dudes just shake that off.
Well, she could definitely pay for more expensive medication now.
The real medicine. She can get the Magic Johnson medicine.
Exactly. She probably can get the cure. She said because it's Usher, dog. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh what?
What is that? Let me see. Bunny Ranch. Too many germs in the world. Because that's what I was saying, though. I was like, because
those girls are okay. See, here's what folks don't understand. Places like the Bunny Ranch, you got to understand. The United States is like the last country in the world that regulates legalized prostitution. There's countries in the world that do it, and these women are rigorously tested. Yes, there's germs out there, and I'm not saying I'm gonna go. First of all, I'm not flying to the Vatican to get no pussy. I was just talking trash. First of all, let me say that. But anyway, let's say that was the thing. These women business is vagina. This is real money. Okay, folks coming from Vegas, they business is vagina. Okay?
Should they legalize it?
Yes, it should be legal. Their business is vagina. You think they gonna risk they commodity, the people that's running the show, on some germs? I watched a documentary on how the porn industry was shut down, and they had to trace back the patient zero because somebody got sick, and like they had to go back and bruh, they don't play about their money.
Yeah, I know.
We play about our money, i.e. Usher 1.1. Them folks, the Anglo-Saxons, they do not play about their money.
Yeah, I saw a good TED talk about that. A woman was talking about why they should legalize what is that?
Most things should be legal. Most things.
Yeah.
The things that shouldn't be legal. That's a deep conversation. What shouldn't be legal, but most things should be legal. Most drugs should be legal. Most activity that people participate in should be legal.
All right.
Just murder, really.
Well, I guess so, man. That definitely concludes the show for the day. It's 11:30. We started a little late, but we made up for it.
We started like 5 minutes late. What are you talking about? 5 minutes? 10:05.
Yeah. Hey, it's funny. Somebody who used to be late all the time, the job never said anything about a grace period, but it was like, it ain't nothing but 5 minutes. But I was like, if the job said this time, this is the time you're supposed to be here. If you're not here at this time, you're late.
Yeah.
I didn't hear them say nothing about a grace period. But, like I said, we had a good show. We definitely appreciate y'all ladies' comments today. Appreciate anybody who was watching. Like we say, if you enjoyed the show, please like, share, subscribe. And once the stream is over with, if you got any topics that you would like us to discuss, you can definitely leave it in the comments once the stream is over. And that way it can be in the comment section, and we can go look through the comment section and, pick and choose which ones we'll do for the next show. As always, Monday and Tuesday. Now it's 10 to 11. It used to be 11 to 12, but it's 10 to 11 now because YouTube lets us pick whatever time we want to stream. Got anything you want to say, Mr. Mango?
Good show, guys. Call me Mango. Okay, I'll call you. I still think my wife will appreciate me calling some random lady from the internet. But anybody that came to the show because I sent you a link or something, please don't just watch the video. Click freaking subscribe and click like and hit that bell so you get the notification so y'all can be like, how come you don't never send me a link or a text when the show about to start? Well, if you come here and subscribe to the channel, then you'll know when the show starts. That's all I got to say. This is Mr. Mango here. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, y'all women should really take notes.